Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another C-Class Fixed Series race here at Dover. Going out for qualifying. I'm going to try to put in the best time that I can. Not feeling super confident about my qualifying effort here. Need to be in the low 22.9s, if not upper 22.8s to start towards the front. And you can see I haven't even gotten into the 22s yet. So, didn't take a very good line there through 3 and 4 to try to get a run, but going to try to do the best that I can. See if I can just try to make something happen. It's definitely a very high-pace, high-grip track that can easily sneak up on you coming out of the corners with the way the transitions are. So it's going to be a very interesting experience for the race as well. Seems like kind of a middling strength of field. I am car number 12 out of 24, so not a terrible first lap. I'm going to try to see if I can get something out of the second lap, and not going to since I smacked the wall. I was going as much as I could on that second lap and just pushed it a little too hard. Probably should have lifted just a little bit more to get it through the corner. Probably could have had a better run, but 22.996. I mean, least my fastest lap overall, but you know, not great. So. Only 8th out of 16. You could see about 10th, a little over a 10th off. Maybe could have gotten, you know, into the 95s possibly. That would have been pretty tough. So I think unfortunately track position is going to matter here. It's going to be a fairly tough track to pass on. Even as tires do fall off. This is, if we were to go green the whole way for all 50 laps, it could kind of mirror itself to Atlanta in the ARCA series for this week, where tire saving is going to be an even bigger deal. So not super happy starting on the outside, but you know, not much I can do there. Trying to work on improving qualifying efforts. It's a slow work in progress. You know, so. It's going to make the most of it, try to find a hole off the start, see if I can fall in line without losing too many spots off the start. Don't know what to expect out of many of the trucks that are not qualifying, that starting in the back. I'm really not sure what they're all going to do, but going to go ahead and get gridded up here. Pull up session best lap. Get the truck fired up. Hopefully we don't have to wait the last minute and a half, but knowing how it's been, probably will be. Yeah, like I said, it's inside lane's definitely going to be preferred. It's probably going to be single file for a lot of it. You're just basically looking for somebody to slip up higher in the corner for you to tuck underneath them, especially in the center where you're kind of rising up a little bit off of the very bottom. You tend to run a diamond line around here, and then you're just, you know, if somebody loses it off the corner, whether they fully spin out or if they just get loose and have to chase it up the track, those are going to be the best spots to look to pass somebody. So, but I still think it's going to be, if we go the first, you know, 5, like I'm probably going to go into fuel or tire saving like right off the bat. And if this race does happen to have a ton of cautions, then I can pick up the pace from there. But I'm guessing if it goes long green flag runs, tire saving is going to be an even bigger deal. Got a little bit of connection issues, not sure what's going on there. Hopefully that sorts itself out and does not cause a problem. So far it doesn't seem to be, but I guess we'll find out. Looks like that's on the input back into iRacing side, or the upload side. So not sure what's going on there. Have to do some digging to try to figure out what's up, since I've been having that a little more often. But yeah, just gonna try to make the most of this. See if I can get if I can keep myself inside the top 10. I'll be pretty happy with that, considering that'll be finishing ahead of where iRacing expects me to. And if I can even do a little better and work my way up towards a top 5, that would be absolutely amazing. Big thing is just going to be to try to keep the truck clean. Try to keep 0x going as long as I possibly can, and just avoid anybody losing it off of turn 2 or turn 4, as well as making sure that I don't personally lose it off of turn 2 or turn 4. If you drive for tire saving, It tends to be a little bit tougher to lose it, but it's still very, very easy to lose it. And I know, at least probably, unless I can find a way to get down to the bottom through 1 and 2, I'm going to have to be very conservative, getting on the throttle, coming out of the corner, being on the high side. So I'm going to get ready to go. Looks like the 3's kind of waiting a little bit longer. It's totally in its prerogative. I can understand with how tough it is to get off of the corners here, why you would do that. Don't get the best start. Still got the 7 to the inside, up through the gears. 7 and 8, both the inside one's going to be going to the inside as well. Going to try to get down to the bottom now. That was kind of going to be the start I was going to have. Didn't get the best start, as well as going to be losing a lot of positions being on the outside. So not the end of the world, but not the greatest start. So just time to feel the race out, get into the tire saving, and try to do the best that I can. See if I can start working my way back up. Just sitting outside the top 10 right now in 11th, but if we can stay green, there's plenty of time there, and a lot of potential fall off for people if they're not driving tires very well.
Leader was just done at 23.47. The car ahead has just done at 23.5.
Probably could pick up the pace just a little bit, but don't want to be drastically faster than what I'm running in order to put me in a good spot to be able to have tires left. It's probably about as fast as I want to go. And we've got the first wreck. Try to slow down. There went netcode, unfortunately. Netcoded through him, and then also actually did get into him. I was trying to do the best I could with the way he was coming back down the banking. I was trying to go up and he was coming down. So we'll see where we sort out. Should be fairly close to the front. Looks like 6th or so. Not sure how much damage I have. Unfortunately, you got the 4X right off the bat, which sucks. That wasn't what I wanted, but that was my fault for just not checking up more on the wreck. Gotta do a better job of that for sure. We get a lot of cautions like that. Tire saving is obviously not going to matter quite as much, but yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Looks like smoke up ahead. Not sure if that's somebody that already went in. I don't think pitting for tires this early is going to be worth it. Looks like the leader might have some damage. 2's going in. This could move me up to 5th, which if I have the pace and the truck's not too bad, then starting on the inside could be a decent thing. 7's got some front end damage. Seems like there were probably quite a few trucks that got collected in that. These ones tend to have the funneling effect, that they funnel down the track, although depending on how people hold brakes or whatnot, it can just clog the entire track up, and it's very easy to take out a lot of the field if a wreck happens here. So yeah, I hate the 4X. But I mean, I guess if I can run the rest of the race without any more, then it's still possible to break even on safety rating or salvage a little bit of something out of it. So
Full course yellow, pits are open.
I could see if cautions come, if we get any kind of longer green flag run after this one and cautions start coming out again. We probably would be looking at pitting. My guess would be, you know, somewhere in the area of like,
we're under caution.
The caution comes up around 20, 22, something like that. There's probably enough laps on tires then that it's worth pitting, because you're probably going to see almost a second fall off at that point, if not, you know, somewhere in that area. So it's probably worth it then. Obviously, giving up track positions, not always the best thing, but if you're going to be that far off and everybody's going to be going nuts, it could potentially be worth it. So I don't know, I guess I'm going to see how bad the truck is. Front end damage does not seem horrific right now, but you can definitely see, you know, let's just see. I got very lucky to goes through the car right off the start, and then unfortunately just the way everything kind of slowed down with the netcode and everything, that's when I got that. So gonna try to make the most of the restart on the inside this time, hopefully not get run over by the 20 behind, and hopefully try to get a little bit of a better start than the initial one. Looks like we'll be restarting on lap 9, so we will have 42 to go. So just under a fifth of the way done with the race once we get going again. Still plenty of time that if we would not have any more cautions, it could easily
Jake, get ready. Race will
turn
resume at the
into
end of this
a
lap.
tire saving. I just, like I said, gotta hope that I don't have any internal engine damage and that the truck still has power. Obviously, with how fast it is, any kind of aero damage can easily hurt, but I'm guessing the 7's going to be in a similar position to me, and we decided to stay out, so just see what the two of us do, and you know, if I'm falling back that far and we get another caution that I'm not involved in, then definitely probably just going to give it the track position to come in and get the repairs. So let's just hope that the truck's not that bad. It's a little bit of cosmetic damage, and still have the pace. Can just go green the rest of the way, save tires better everybody, and try to hold myself here in the top 5 if possible. So would expect potentially another later start out of the 3, but could be wrong there. Just have to wait and see. Figured he'd be waiting until out of 4. Probably should be starting in first gear. That's probably my problem there, but not the worst start. Got the 10 to the outside. He's going to get in front of the 20, falling behind. That obviously could be internal damage as well. Doesn't seem like I'm losing a ton, but truck definitely doesn't seem quite as fast. So I'm guessing we've got a bit of internal damage that was not enough to set me fall, but enough to slow the truck down. So gonna have to figure out the best of how to manage that, as well as you know, avoid from getting wrecked or lose it off the turn 2 like that. Glad I could say that 10 gets to the inside, just gonna have to let him go. See if I can follow in behind him, try to tuck in front of the 11. 11's gonna have a lot more momentum through the corner. He's gonna pull low on me. He's gonna have to give up that spot as well, so falling out of the top 5, but just trying to make the most of it. Kinda didn't want to lose touch with everybody because I figured that would mean I'd be getting eaten alive with the internal damage I must have, but gonna try to make the most of it. Should have slowed down even more to avoid the wreck. That was completely my fault. You can see how everybody's able to get around me. The 1 gets into me. Able to save it. Gonna lose everything, fall all the way to the back. So now if we get a caution, we're definitely going in. So I don't know. I cut down a little bit on the 1, but you can see iRacing didn't even assign any incident points. Wasn't even a 0x or anything, so could have also been netcode. I'll have to check that out after the race. Got a feeling we're going to be going back to last on the lead lap, so guess that was bound to happen at some point with me trying to protect positions as well as being way off the pace, so somebody probably was going to get into me and move me out of the way at some point. So best thing I can hope for is a couple cautions to get some people damaged, try to get into pit road, salvage what I can out of it, and see if I can just avoid stuff. Otherwise, it's not going to be a great finish, because even if I can tire save better than everybody, my guess is going to be I'm still going to be so far off the pace that I'm not going to be able to make up enough time. So it just is what it is. If it was netcode, that, like I said, seems to be getting worse lately and seems to be something that's biting me more often, but just is what it is. Looks like the 16 potentially could have the pace to catch me eventually and get by me. Just trying to do what I can to save tires. Switch over to session last lap, try to minimize how much time I lose each lap, and Try to keep a somewhat consistent pace going if I can. Probably could end up a lap down if this goes green the rest of the way, but I guess it depends on how much the pace falls off. We'll have to see how that goes. 2.5 back to the 22, so guessing they're going to be pulling away at a pretty good clip. Seems like gap back to the 16 might have stabilized a little bit. Gets better run off the corner, but I'm guessing that's also the difference in power there. Just trying to do my best to run as consistent a laps as I can, but also being as kind to the tires as I can. It's going to be my only shot to be able to pick up any spots if it goes green the rest of the way, and honestly that's probably not even going to be happening, but it would be far worse if I tried to push the truck and burned up the tires. See 3.2 and 0.8, so holding pretty consistent with the 16, but obviously losing quite a bit to the 22, so super frustrating. Hate it for you guys that, you know, I was able to start top third of the field and then had that problem because of my own stupidity of you know, not slowing down enough. One of these days I'll learn how to fix that. One of these days I'll catch a break and be able to run competitively in one of these series. You see the 22 in that group, as slow as they are just absolutely blowing away. So only thing I can hope for is to stay on the lead laps. That way I can get more laps at 0x and like I said, try to minimize the safety rating loss. Although with me being the 12 truck, 15th place finish, if that's where I'm able to finish, shouldn't be horrific for the iRating hit. I'll definitely take a hit, but it's not like I'm gonna just tumble massively. So looks like pulling away from the 16, 9's caught up to him, getting by him, so could be the 9 eventually catching me for 15th. Just have to see. Not sure if the 16 was pushing it and tires are starting to fall off, or what they're doing. And it could be the same way with the 9. I know he was the one that was pitted and right out in front of the pace car, or right out in front of the leaders on the last restart, was able to get around. So in theory he's on a little bit fresher tires than I am, but could also be pushing it pretty hard, in which case his tires could eventually end up falling off and our lap times could equalize. Just keep an eye on that gap more than the gap out front, because I highly doubt that gap's ever going to close up enough for me to possibly gain spots. I think the only way I'd ever see that is with some sort of wreck. So 0.9 back to the 9 at the line.
You've just done 24.75.
I'm obviously not going to deviate from how I'm trying to save tires just to keep myself in front of the 9. I don't think that's worth it. So if he catches me, since I'm pulling so much away from the 16, the 17, I don't think it's going to be worth trying to battle him over one spot there. And I smacked the wall like an idiot out of turn 4. So now if I didn't already have enough front-end damage, I've definitely got more. That was just completely on me. You can see how much it slowed the truck down already. It's going to allow the 9 to pull up big time. Let's see what kind of lap times I'm able to run now, how much that slowed the truck down. It's like the 9's still got some front end damage.
Alright Jake, that's half distance. Fuel levels are fine. The lap time was 25.
Halfway down, 25 to go. 9's on top of me, only 2/10 back. But if I can get back to a similar lap time, it's possible that I can still try to keep him behind me. It's about a 10th off or so. But it's not possibly the worst thing depending on the tires. Fortunately, that was another 2X though, so that's probably going to guarantee a safety rating loss this race. But going to try to do the best that I can to keep it at that. You can see the leader is now showing up on the relative, so it's very likely that I'm going to be going a lap down if we don't get a caution at some point. Catching the 17, but the 17 is a lap car, so not for position at all. Starting to pull away from 9 a little bit, so could still keep myself in 15th possibly. 17 pulls down into pit road. Pulling away quite a bit from the 16. He is sorted out in 17th, so like I said, if the 9 does happen to get by me, I'm not crazy worried about the 16 getting me as well. So that's why I'm fine with trying to stick to the tire saving, and the 9 does happen to get by me, that's fine. Leaders are catching quite a bit. Just gonna have to stay high once they get there, let them all by. Hopefully they'll be able to clear me through corners once they get to me. So I could probably catch in about 3/4 of a second a lap or so. We'll just see what the gap is once we get to start-finish line. Might even be almost a full second. Yeah, it's about 3/4 of a second or so. Up the wall like an idiot. Just focusing on the wrong things there. Gap to the 9s seem to about stabilize and just bouncing right around 3 to 4 tenths, so might have been one of those that he was pushing it really hard and starting to burn up the tires a little bit compared to him. Looks like the leader of the 3's got a massive gap over the 14 in second, so good news is at least if they do get to us before the end of the race, it's not like I'm going to have a freight train of, 10 cars or something like that I got to let by all at once, so. Truck's definitely down on power. That last shot off the turn 4 did not help things, but, I think definitely got enough aero damage and possibly some internal damage that the truck's just not running very well, so. Try to get by the 17, he stoops it low, I tap the wall like an idiot because I'm still not driving very well. Pulling away a little bit from the 9, so I think you're seeing the difference in tires there potentially. 6.1 back to the 3, so 17 to go right now. I'll see if I can hopefully not fall off as bad as the leader and just try to keep myself on the lead lap. Like I said, if nothing else, that provides me with an extra lap to try to minimize the safety rating loss. .7 that time, so based on that, we wouldn't be getting lapped. No, actually, we probably would be one of the last couple laps, but I'll just see what this next time by is. Leader's not really in any lap traffic, so shouldn't be anything affecting him that way. It's about 4 tenths or so, 15 to go, that would be, yeah, we'd be probably getting lapped right around 47, 48. Definitely pulling away from the 9, so at least on the bright side, no pressure for 15th right now, in danger of losing it at least. 5.1 that time, so that helped minimize to the leader. Only thing I've really got to race for right now is to try to stay on the lead lap. Slowly catching the 21, but I don't know if there's enough time left to be able to get to them. I think you might be seeing the difference again in tires now, which sucks because if I could have been towards the front and done this same tire saving strategy, I could have possibly had a bigger finish. So I think it was 4.6 to the 21, so I'll just have to keep an eye and see if I am catching them and how much. It is complete my fault. Should have given up a couple spots, backed off, not gotten involved in the wreck, and then not had this damage and been in a much better position. Looks like it's about 3 tenths a lap, so right now at least. You can see gap to the 9 is opened up big time now, so. We're coming up to start lap 40, we'll have 11 to go this time by. Leaders will be coming to start 41, so official race will have 10 to go shortly. About 4 tenths that time to the 21. So I guess it could still be a very, very outside chance of trying to catch the 21 for 14th. Which I think he's far enough back that I wouldn't be able to get much more than him if I can't even get him. But obviously it would be happy just to get near somebody. About 4.1 back to the leader as well, so if I can keep this pace up, it's looking more and more like I should be able to stay on the lead lap. Certainly trying my best to run a competitive pace now without killing the tires and see if I can get towards the 21 for a shot at it. 2.9 at the line. Just gonna try to salvage something out of it if I can, for as bad as this race has been. Just trying to make sure I don't get on the throttle too early. Don't want to push up out of the corner. 2.5 that time, 3.8 to the leader, so shouldn't be any danger of getting lapped at this point. And it's about the same gap back to the 9, so no pressure at all from behind if I do try to make a move and am unsuccessful with it. Again, I don't think I'll be able to get to the 20 in front if I'm able to get to the 21 and buy him. I think the 20 is a little too far ahead. But certainly just gonna do the best that I can. Try to get you guys something here at the end, something that was unexpected. Gonna be coming across to start 45 this time, so we'll have 6 to go. Gonna need all the laps I can to try to get to the 21 and buy him. 1.6, 1.5 basically at the line.
That lap was 25.03.
Definitely closing up pretty quick, so it's just going to be a matter of once I get there figuring out how to get by him as quickly as I can. I think that's really the difference in tires.
You're reeling this car in. The gap's now 1.39.
Not quite as much of a gain there, but
Just done a 25.
not too bad overall with 5 to go now. Leader's gotten by the 9. Hopefully we don't see a caution now. Would like for this just to finish out green the rest of the way. It's going to be my best shot to try to get by the 21 if I can. 20 and the 6 are battling side by side. Looks like the 20 got by the 6. Gonna have 3 to go this time at the line. Definitely closing in on the 21 for sure. He gets into the wall, had to lift to avoid him. Able to clear him going into turn 1, so
Last lap time was 25.04.
we'll be coming the line to get 2 to go this time by. I'm going to dig and see if I can get to the 6. He looks like he's falling off pretty hard as well. Just got to make sure I don't get into the wall out of 4 like the 21 did. I don't know, 1 to go or 2 to go.
2 laps remaining.
Guess it's possible to still get a 12th place finish out of it as we're closing up to the 12 pretty quick as well. Did not think I would have this much closing rate. I definitely think you're seeing the difference in tires now. 20 gets into the wall on the back stretch going into 3. Get the white flag this time. Hopefully get to him going into 1 and 2. It's taking a bit of a higher line. I'm going to try to get to the inside. He cuts down. Get into him. He's going to block the bottom. I'm going to try to get to his inside through 3 and 4. See if I can try to get by him. Able to clear him off of 4. So unexpected, but able to pick up a couple spots the last few laps and able to bring it home in 12. So at least able to match what iRacing expected I should do. So in theory, if it's going to be an iRating loss, it's not going to be much of one. Safety rating obviously was not great, but you know, just really tried, minus that wall hit, tried to grind back afterwards from it. So tire saving definitely was the way to go there. May try to run another one of these, see if I can avoid the wreck and get something out of it. You can see 78, 82. That was from me pushing really hard at the end trying to get to him, but You know, might have even been a little better than that. So let's take a look at what happened off the start and see what could have done there. All right. So let's see here. So I've got coming in. I can't really see the wreck at this point. But I can now at this point I can see it. I'm starting to get on the brake, trying to stop. Thought I was originally going to go in between the two, in between the 15, and then saw that, so decided to try to get to the high side, and that's when, yeah, that's how that happened. So, right move would have been trying to slow down even more than that. I don't know. I mean, it's hard. Like, if I check up too much, I'm probably getting run over. But probably should have just gone to the high side and tried to stall a little more. So yeah, that's definitely avoidable. Unfortunate on my part, but you know, only so much I could do there. So let's take a look here. Rewind this back. This was with the 11. This is when I was way off of pace, so you can see the 10's gonna get. I got a little loose right there. The 10's just gonna have more power, able to get to the inside. He's got a clean truck, so had no choice but to let him go. Tried to get back to the bottom just to try to protect that inside line. 11 had a much better run as well. Same thing, had to give that up to him. I do the same thing, try to fall in line behind him as quickly as I can to try to protect that bottom line. And then here's going to be the issue with the 1. So we're going to see if this was actually net code. It'll actually happen into 1 and 2, I believe. I mean, I kind of came down to block him a little bit, but it wasn't anything egregious. Oh man, that was like, wow, that was really bad net code. So you can watch. I mean, I'm coming down, but we're probably going to be clear, and there's quite a bit in front of us, or in between us, and I just get sent right around. So, yeah, can't get angry at the 1 there. That's just what it was, and then I had to stay high and let everybody go. So, super frustrating, but I guess that's how it's been. And you know, if you got connection issues, it's going to happen to you more often. So, probably an added benefit for me to try to fix that, so I can try to avoid that a little bit. So let's go take a look at the results, see how that went. Like I said, I hopefully should be close to breaking even on iRating, and I doubt I'll be even on safety rating, but I'll be happy. 28, 29 strength of field, so not super strong, but again, for my current rating level, not terrible. You can see I was about 2/10 off on the fastest lap, but this is kind of like Atlanta, where I think if you run the fastest lap, you're not necessarily going to save tires and you're going to fall back quite a bit. So I'm honestly, from what I've seen, some of the fastest guys running top splits, I'm not super unhappy with that. Or that lap's not too bad overall. So I actually managed to gain 17 in iRating. I'll take that, and actually basically broke even 0.03 in safety rating. So for having a 6X, I will gladly take that. Obviously, safety rating could have been a little bit better had I stopped for that wreck and then not been an idiot and drove into the wall. But overall, you know, not the worst thing. I feel like definitely if it goes green most of the way, I have the potential to get a better finish. So I may run another one of these just to try to realize what I actually can do and see where I fall out. But I mean, it definitely had potential. We picked off 3 cars that I was not expecting to get, and pulled away from the 9 pretty easily as well. The last 15 laps or so of the run. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to leave any feedback, any analysis you have. Love to hear from you guys, even if it's not about this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Remember to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more races. And until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.